choose, and that he would not enjoy a delicious dinner that evening. Flopsy, Mopsy, and Cottontail had bread and milk and blackberries for supper. Peter wished he had listened to his mother and not gone into Mr. McGregor's garden. He promised to himself that